trouble back straight away. Car around. That was Bobby Labonte's second week in a row.
A lot of cars around. That's a huge
the 24,
wreck.
Matt Kenseth in the 17. Remember, this is what
still wrecking.
Bobby Labonte early in the race at Las Vegas.
They're still wrecking back. Did you see in the smoke, or if the spotter said something, but that's what created this mess behind them. I'm not sure that the two are related, but they more than likely are.
Now we looked at multiple angles.
Got to realize something. They're doing 185, 90 miles an hour right at that point. And just like we heard Jeff Burton's spotter, Jeff Burton's way back here. Spotter was saying, easy, easy, easy. They're wrecking in front of him. Look at Rusty right there. Rusty went right through the middle of that. And here's Burton making contact here after being told to take it easy. Bobby Labonte
at Dover. Mark Martin up on that steering wheel trying to reel in Edwards. Whoa. Off the wall, the two-car Busch, and his teammate comes across.
Oh, man, that was 2 for 1. Both Penske cars taken out in that one. A melee.
Jimmy Johnson also gets tagged, the reigning series champion. Jeff Green, the 66 cars in it. J.J. Yaley. We're going to watch the two-car left side of his screen up off the wall.
Looks like he
had a flat tire or something. He had something broke or a flat tire.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if the tire was flat, Andy, or if he just got up so high out of the groove and the car wouldn't turn. He got up in it again. I mean, only Kurt would know. But, boy, when he hit that wall, bounced across, it just really took out everybody.
He is running the outside.
Oh, there they go. There
Gordon
they go.
Slam. Menard. Mark Martin. It's a crash fest in the backstretch.
They couldn't keep doing that, Mike. They just couldn't.
There you go.
Boy, it's like
yeah.
Boyer became the sandwich, the meat and the sandwich between the 17 of Kenseth and the 27 of Menard.
Yeah, and Jeff Gordon slammed that inside wall hard. Left driver's side.
And the first contact with Kenseth and Boyer. The 17 and the 33 not here. We're okay until they get kind of nose to tail, and there's just no room.
Well, it almost is like Matt saw that he had some room to move over toward Jeff Gordon, but he didn't take into consideration they were 3 wide behind him.
Daryl, I can't help but think UPS
driving back to the front's pretty tough. Oh, Michael just got turned.
And look at Matt Kenseth, and the 17 gets wrapped up in it.
Bunch of cars. What in the world happened, guy?
You think Chip Ganassi's had problems? I think the 2 DEI cars just got together.
Oh,
I mean, the picture tells the story right there.
He just jacked him up.
And of course, nowhere for Matt Kenseth in the 17 to go.
Well, that was ugly.
Kenseth down to the bottom. Terry Labonte, watch the 44, will get swept up in it. Junior tries to cross under Michael. Too close to him to make the move.
Boy, Bill Elliott and Bobby Labonte.
Got his teammate Harrison Burton right behind him. Contact, and it looked like Jesse Little into the wall and collects several. Parker Kligerman involved. Spencer Boyd in the mix. Austin Wayne Self in the 22. Jesse Little spun the tires, gets a big bump from Parker Kligerman, and then it begins.
Boy, Sheldon Creed did an amazing job in that 2 truck avoiding this incident.
4 wide, Stuart Slater, Gordon's hard into the wall. There's Edwards, Allmendinger.
Oh no, what
But
mess.
Gordon and Stewart, and then cars trying to sweep by on the outside. Menard, Montoya, McMurray, Harvick, or rather Boyer, all get caught up in it.
What a wadded up mess.
And here comes Biffle on the bottom.
Yeah, we're going to go 3 wide. We're going to try to go 3 wide right here. You see Gordon forces his way by right there.
Oh, Edwards.
Edwards got into the back of Stewart and got him into Gordon in the 24 car.
Allmendinger, there's McMurray.
And there they all go.
Menard,
Boyer.
Logano.
Boy, look at Ryan Newman.
Ryan Newman, great job. Oh, Scott Speed.
That are being shown on the tail end of the lead lap. Whoa, contact. Schrader is sideways. Gilliland is in it. The 1 car of Truex, the 17 car of Kenseth. Mark Martin getting his car woed down.
These guys were 3 wide off the corners on a real green racetrack. Probably pretty slick.
Here on the restart in the corner. Watch a 21 car.
It's like Michael Kenny Schrader got up alongside Michael Waltrip and just got loose, spun the car, and they all started spinning to avoid him. And look at that, they just all pirouette side by side. The 17 car to 38, the 1 car, the 00 of David Rudiman. They're all involved. Now it's all smoke. Nobody can see anything. They keep plowing into it. And when you're a driver, that's your worst nightmare, where you can't see when you're going that fast.
Now watch Tony Stewart in the 20 up behind the 1. Let's see how he's able to snake his way through. Wow.
He got up underneath that 1 car, but it looks like he got through clean otherwise.
Around goes Vickers.
Oh no, another one.
Low. Watch me, both sides. Come on.
Oh, this is wiping out half the field.
This is a big one on the backstretch at Phoenix.
Look at that. It looks
Brian
like
Vickers got sideways and then was perpendicular to the field. There's his silver car.
Yeah, the first time I saw this, I thought when he got sideways that maybe the 56 got into him, but I don't think he did now. I think it was just from Matt getting into the 83 of Vickers and getting him loose. And it's, you know, we've seen cars have trouble off of 2 over there. It must be really slick up high.
Now we'll look at Martin Truex's in-car, which will show you that he did.
That's the Lysol Ford. 3 wide into turn 3. There's Kevin LePage. There's Skinner down on the bottom of the racetrack in the 19 car. Oh, got that. And Phil Parsons spins right in front of him.
You're fine. Good job, buddy. All right, Bernie, you got a little bit. Good job.
Mark Martin's in the crash. 32 car Jeff Green's in the crash. Michael Waltrip, Wayne Grubb, Matt Kenseth is in the crash.
And when you have that, it's right here. Here's Phil Parsons down on the inside. Gets a little bit of a nudge from right there behind him. He goes back up the racetrack, pins Landon Amick, and as you see, the racetrack, these guys are already running 3 or 4 wide. They're out in the grass. It's a tri-oval. As they come through the grass and shoot back out, look at all the debris going straight up in the air here. We'll see another angle in a minute. These guys are running through into each other as they come out of the grass back up onto the racetrack. You see Phil Parsons get nudged right here.
That's a 64 car of Jeffrey Bodine, and right behind him was Skinner. Parsons up into Amick, and then everything. No one. Here's Parsons trying to keep it out. Amick comes across. There's contact with the 5 and the 22.
And look at the cars running into each other in the grass. And when they run into each other in the grass, the racetrack comes back up on them because it's a tri-oval. So they come back across, and they all end up past the start-finish line, all in a pile right down here.
There's
today.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. had been loose before that pit stop after the altercation on pit road, in which he came together with Brett Bodine.
Trouble
he has
over
trouble
the
on the racetrack.
Over the tunnel. Lots of cars everywhere. Big wreck.
Brett Bodine, Jason Leffler, Steve Park.
That's what happens over that tunnel.
Matt Kenseth, John Andretti, damage. Ward Burton's the car stopped in the middle of the racetrack.
Well, once a car gets sideways over that tunnel, it just blocks the whole racetrack. Can't see. Smokes up the tires. Nobody can see where they're going. They don't know where he's going. They're into the smoke.
They start stacking up.
And you see right now what the driver sees. Nothing. He's in that smoke. He doesn't know where the cars are. He's trying to get the spotter to talk to him.
Steve Park hard into the guardrail on the inside in the 1 car.
Here we come, and the 11 car just gets loose over the tunnel turn. There happens a lot. Stays in the throttle, smoke in the rear tire, spinning around, and of course every time he goes around, he's just making more smoke and blocking the racetrack.
And Darrell, that's such a fast corner. You're carrying so much speed, you're just barely off the throttle.
Steve Park is the car right behind Brett Bodine.
another big crash on the backstretch ramp.
Man, and right up in front of more traffic.
Behind you in 3.
Ryan Newman's in it. David Reagan is in it. Fire.
And Chris Buescher was in it as well.
Chris Buescher involved. The 83 of Dylan Lupton up on top of the 31. The fire underneath the hood of the 23.
The 14 just kept coming down on the 31 on the back straightaway. It wasn't happy maybe with what went on in turn 1, and
big impact by the 23, and you see right there Chris Buescher kind of bounces between them. Yeah. Luckily gets through, but that was a really big impact for the 23.
He felt like that the 14 came down on the 31 getting into turn 1. So the 23 really into the back of the 31 hard.
So unfortunate for David Reagan, but what this in essence does is it clinches the chase spot for Chris.
Well, here's some more. There's Mark Martin, and we see him coming into it. And there's the Barfield car from the outside. 29 car gets on by, but Tim Steele and the 4 car spinning around. And Benny said, Mark Martin gets hit, knocks the wheel off of his tire. Then Setzer gets through there, and so does Brad Teague.
I don't know how in the world Setzer was able to get through there. It's like a field goal with a real narrow goal post.
Watch a 43 car come through. Here's the contact. Watch a 43 Rod Scotty's come right through the Lance Chevrolet. Didn't touch anybody. Now from high above in the Pennzoil copter cam, take a look.
There we see. There's the crash going on and all the cars driving through. Mark almost made it through. Ooh, that 43 just missed Tim Steele on the way through.
Well, that's how exciting it can get here at Bristol.